Oh, today is very cold. I don't know why, but the last couple of days it has gotten so cold so quickly. Even with the jacket on, I should have put on the hat, but well, gotta deal with that now. The first image today is gonna be a very dramatic black and white one, because we have the sun over in this direction, but it's covered by a lot of clouds. However, every now and then there are light gaps which allow the light to pass through, and just looks incredible. Especially in black and white, it just creates this incredibly dramatic play between like light and shade, and you have so many dark spots in the clouds and then the light peeking through. Of course, I wanted to photograph this light rays, and it just happens so to be that there's a singular tree sticking out in the middle of the field, and yeah, just gonna use that as my main subject. So black and white. I'm zooming in quite a little bit just to make the tree really dominant in the frame. Give it a little bit of breathing space, surely, but yeah, I really wanted to stick out and be the main interest of the frame. And then in the background, these super dramatic clouds with light peeking through every now and then. The sun is gonna set in about an hour, so I'm just hoping that all of these clouds over there are later on gonna catch some golden lights, maybe some pink light, who knows, and then we're gonna have a lit up sky. That would be quite cool. Fingers crossed. Don't think it comes across on camera on how cold it actually feels, and I think a lot of that comes from the wind. Maybe you can hear it on the audio, but it's quite windy today. So it's actually very hard when it's so cold to speak to the camera, and even operating your camera can be a little bit troublesome every now and then. Yeah. So better stay moving. And over there's a beautiful scene that I'd like to shoot, but there's too much in the way. There's a deer like 10 meters. It's running over there. Oh man, that would have been a beautiful shot. God damn it. It's like I'm exploring these couple of trees for like 20 minutes, and the whole time I'm very attentive and looking at my surroundings. The moment I put on the camera to start recording, it's like there's a deer and I get scared. Let's talk about what I'm shooting. I'm photographing these 3 trees over here, which are just catching the very last kiss of sunlight. I think the sun is just passing the horizon, yep, so it's gone now, but I got the image. They have a very detailed texture, which I quite like, and then it gives off a lot of autumn vibes just because of this brownish color, and then all of the leaves, some of them are already getting into brown, so probably past autumn by now. Yeah, and the way that these 3 trees are placed, it just works beautifully. I shot this as a vertical, just because in the background there's one more tree and I wanted to get rid of that. Yeah, quite like that. I've gone for a little bit of a creative shot on this one. Firstly, I've taken a normal exposure with a high shutter speed so that I can freeze the leaves, because you can probably hear there's quite a lot of wind blowing through. But then I have adjusted my exposure so that I get like a shutter speed of 1/4 of a second. And I shot it while the wind came, because I wanted to try how this would look with static tree storms, but then the leaves being blurry because of the wind. Just because, well, there's quite a lot of motion today, so I thought maybe I'm going to translate this to the image by having blurry leaves or like motion in the leaves. I'm not quite sure if I like that or not. Probably not, but at least I wanted to try. Yeah, because sometimes having some intentional movement in your images can be quite cool. So maybe I'm gonna give you 2 versions in the video, just so you can have a look at both of them, and then yeah, you can write a comment which one you enjoy more. Don't drop off camera. So I'm gonna keep on moving, because honestly it's a little bit unnerving, because if you have a look over this in this field, it's like at least waist high, and over there some branches or whatever sticking out, and you're always thinking like it's a deer. And yeah, should have known better, because I've been on this path for so many times, and every single time there's been a deer encounter. Should have expected that. Okay, so keep on going. Also, while looking for a composition, I shot a couple of very cool images with the golden light from in between the forest. Just gonna put them on screen. Enjoy. The first link in the description is my photography course, where I teach you everything you need to know about landscape photography. Tips and tricks, settings of your camera, everything about being out in the field, finding images, how to set them up, how to frame them up, and then also post-processing. Everything you need to know to start out. You might be interested in that, check it out. And I've just released 2 new collections of prints. First of all, Light at the Sea, which is about seascape and coastline. And the second one is about the Alps, so a lot of mountainscapes and everything. I'm really happy with that. Definitely give that a look. Not really sure if I'm going to find a third image today, because unfortunately the clouds didn't really catch any light, or as much as I was hoping for. However, just going to walk a couple more meters in this direction. There's an open area. There might just be something. I have an idea. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't. So I have no idea if this will work, but I'm shooting a bunch of trees, and in the background there's still this very, very faint but beautiful band of pink light just at the horizon line, fading into some very faint blue. And I'm trying to capture that with some trees and then some, well, about waist high grass in the foreground. Probably a weed, not quite sure. It looks beautiful to the eye. I have no idea if this is going to work out on camera. Also, like, I don't want to put the camera on a tripod because it's getting somewhat darkish now, and yeah, I don't want to be stuck on the tripod when some wildlife might come around. So just gonna take a couple of snapshots of that. If they work, I'm just gonna put them on screen anyway, so you can see, and then gonna be out of here. Again, I have no idea if this turned out, but I honestly wanted to try with that shot just because the trees in it of itself look beautiful, and then this wonderful pink band at the sky. Yeah, I'm just not sure about the frame, the composition, combining these two, if that worked out. But you're gonna see now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, write a comment, this really helps the channel. If you want to see more of my videos, I have an on location playlist in the description. Thank you for the support, and see you in the next one. Bye.